Dog danger. The deadly MRSA hospital bug spreads to pets, with warnings that the number of cases...
Though, we have a warning for pet owners. The deadly MRSA hospital bug is now spreading to animals. Vets practices are being urged to ensure sterile conditions in surgeries, just as hospitals have been ordered to clean up their act.
Yeah, it's now known that humans can indeed pass it on to animals, and although there have so far been only a handful of cases, the British Veterinary Association is warning that those numbers will rise unless precautions are taken right now. One North London woman whose dog died from the superbug is leading the calls for more awareness of the problem and for more to be done to prevent it. Our London Life correspondent Ben Scotchbrook has more on the growing threat of pet MRSA.
Where do you want to go? Shopping?
Bella was more than a pet to her owner. She was a member of the family, a best friend. But the 10-year-old Samoyed died last autumn, infected by the human killer bug MRSA. Jill Moss was told that Bella contracted the bug from someone operating on the dog's ruptured ligament. However, the condition was diagnosed too late to save her.
I was absolutely angry and outraged. I had watched her suffer inhumanely and die unnecessarily, had lost the most precious friend in my life to what I consider to be bad clinical practice.
Staff working at the Blythewood Veterinary Clinic in Pinner are regularly screened in case they're unwitting carriers of MRSA. So far, instances of animals catching it from humans are relatively rare, and it isn't always fatal. But the British Veterinary Association is now encouraging vets to adopt best clinical and surgical practice to combat the infection.
There are treatments for MRSA, it's just more difficult because most of the standard antibiotics won't work. In fact, not only will they not work, but by reducing the numbers of the healthy bacteria that actually compete with the MRSA bug, it can aggravate the problem.
Jill Moss was so moved by her loss that she established a foundation, not only to help other pet owners in a similar situation, but also to exert pressure on the authorities to change the law.
There's a lot of talk about killing and combating MRSA. Let's talk about preventing it. What can veterinary practices do to prevent it happening? There's lots of things they can do. And what can the government do to prevent it? They can enforce statutory guidelines for veterinary practices that don't exist at the moment, and that's what we're campaigning for.
Jill knows she can't bring her dog back, but hopes Bella's death will encourage vets to take the threat of MRSA very seriously. Ben Scotchbrook, London Tonight, Edgware.
Well, if you're worried that your pet might have been exposed to MRSA, or if you want to find out more about that story, do log on to Jill's website, and it should be coming... Yes, there it is on the screen. It's www.thebellamossfoundation, all one word, .com. That's www.thebellamossfoundation.com.